What makes someone truly powerful? What does it mean to be a real man? We keep hearing these questions in our modern world quite often. Well, let me share a story with you. An ancient tale that I believe will answer a lot of questions on the meaning of power, status, and what it really means to be great. It's about a man named Shibli, known for his devotion, but more importantly, for the depth of his compassion. Picture this. It's late evening. Shibli's trudging home from the market, a heavy sack of wheat on his back. The kind of day that makes your muscles ache and your feet drag. But as he arrives home and opens the sack of wheat, something catches his eye. Inside the sack, there's movement. Tiny, frantic movement. An ant. Lost, confused, running from corner to corner in this strange world of wheat. In the words of the poet Saadi, he saw the ant bewildered and afraid, running from corner to corner in search of a way out. Now, let's be real. Shibli could have ignored it, could have gone to bed and told himself it was just a bug. No big deal, right? But he didn't. He couldn't sleep that night and went all the way back to the city to release that tiny ant exactly where it came from. Why? Because in his words, it is not noble to scatter this wounded little ant from its home. Now, let's pause for a second. How often do we do the opposite in our daily lives? We step on the little guy. We ignore the struggling. We brush off the small acts of kindness because who's got time for that? But here's the thing. We've all been that ant at some point. Overwhelmed, small, feeling lost in a world that's just too big and confusing. And in those moments, wouldn't we hope for a Shibli to come along? This story isn't just about being nice to insects. It's about something much bigger. It's about power. Real power. Because true strength is not about how much you can lift or how high you can jump. It's about how gently you can hold something fragile. Think about it. In that moment, Shibli held all the power. He could have easily ignored the ant, or worse, crushed it without a second thought. But he chose compassion. He chose to use his power to help, not harm. And isn't that the mark of true greatness? Now I can almost hear some of you thinking, come on, it's just an ant. Why make such a big deal? But that's exactly the point. It's in these small, seemingly insignificant moments that our true character shines through. When no one's watching, when there's no reward, when it would be so easy to just not care. That's when we reveal who we really are. Saadi, the poet who shared this story, puts it beautifully. Care for those who are scattered and displaced, that life may keep you together in your time of need. It's like a cosmic boomerang of kindness. What goes around comes around. But let's bring this into our modern world for a second. How often do we encounter our own ants in daily life? Maybe it's the new intern at work, feeling lost and overwhelmed, or the elderly neighbor struggling with their groceries, or even just a stranger having a rough day. These are our moments, our chances to be Shibli. And sure, it might not always be convenient. It might mean going out of our way, like Shibli walking all the way back to the city. But that's what makes it powerful. Because kindness that costs us nothing, well, it's still good. But kindness that requires sacrifice, that's transformative. Now, let's dig a little deeper into this idea of power and how we use it. Saadi shares another gem of wisdom. Do not strike the weak with a hand of power. For one day, like an ant, you may fall at their feet. It's a reminder that the tables can turn, that today's powerful could be tomorrow's powerless. So how do we want to be remembered when we're on top? As the one who crushed others on the way up, or as the one who lifted others as we climbed? But it's not just about future karma, it's about the kind of world we want to live in right now. Imagine if everyone took this approach. If we all looked out for the ants in our lives, what kind of society would we create? One where people feel seen, valued, where no one feels too small or insignificant. That's the power of mercy, of compassion. It ripples out, creating waves of change far beyond what we can see. Now I know what some of you might be thinking. This all sounds great, but the real world is tough. You cannot always be soft. Yes, you're right. The world can be harsh. But that is exactly why we need more people choosing kindness, not less. It's easy to be hard in a hard world. The real challenge, the real strength, it's staying soft in a world that tries to harden you. Let's look at another piece of wisdom from Saadi. Make the hearts of the fallen happy, and remember your own days of weakness. This is about empathy, about remembering that we're all human, all vulnerable. It's about recognizing that our strength doesn't come from never falling, but from how we treat others when we're standing. So here's a challenge for you. In the next week, look for your ant moments. Those small opportunities to show kindness, to use whatever power you have, be it your time, your skills, your resources, to lift someone else up. It doesn't have to be grand. Remember, Shibli's act of mercy was for a tiny ant. Maybe it's helping a coworker with a task, or leaving an encouraging comment for someone online, or simply taking the time to really listen to someone who's struggling. Whatever it is, do it with the spirit of Shibli, with compassion, with intention, with the understanding that no act of kindness is ever truly small. Because here's the beautiful truth. When we lift others, we rise too. Our world becomes a little brighter, a little kinder, with each small act of mercy. And isn't that the kind of power we all want to have? The power to make the world a bit better, one tiny act at a time. So, let's return to our original question. What makes someone truly powerful? Is it wealth, status, strength? Or is it the ability to see the value in every living thing, no matter how small? The courage to go out of our way for others, even when it's inconvenient. The wisdom to use our power not to crush, but to uplift. I think Shibli and his little ant have shown us the answer. True power isn't about domination. It's about elevation. It's not about how many people are beneath you, but how many you can lift up beside you. So the next time you find yourself in a position of power, whether it's at work, at home, or just walking down the street, remember Shibli, remember the ant, and choose mercy. Because in the end, that's what makes us not just powerful, but truly great.